"Peaches!" Doc Baker barked. "Get in here!" By Peaches, he meant me. Doc Baker started calling me that during the first week of my tenure as the high school football team's trainer, when I was just a freshman. I didn't like the nickname, honestly, and I didn't quite understand it. Later in life, I realized there was something obvious about me that I didn't see yet. I suppose, looking back, I was a light-in-the-loafers teenage boy in the heart of rural Texas in the 1990s, working in the most macho setting imaginable. It was everything you're probably thinking. Muscular boys who look more like men, throwing each other around every day, and being led by actual men who cursed and talked about women with a strong southern drawl. I was different, a fish out of water. I guess I was Peaches. I didn't even care that much about sports. I preferred music. This was due in large part to my father's constant practice of educating me on not only who performed a certain Motown song, but also the story behind the song. It was a trivia game we often played, and still do, even to this day. But when we had moved from Memphis, Tennessee to Rowlett, Texas, the year before, the band teacher wouldn't let me play alto saxophone anymore. I loved it, but apparently Lakeview Centennial High School had enough alto sax players. They wanted me to play tenor sax, which is a long, gigantic instrument, much bigger than the alto I loved. I was about 115 pounds, soaking wet, and wasn't strong enough to manhandle it, so I passed. I was devastated, and looking for something else to do in my new town at my new school, when Doc Baker mentioned that they needed football trainers. He was my health teacher and not even a doctor, but that's what we all called him anyway. I had no idea what being a trainer entailed. I just knew enough to know that high school football in Texas is a thing. It truly was the TV show Friday Night Lights come to life. I was intrigued, broken-hearted by my saxophone rejection and following a short, boring stint in FFA, Future Farmers of America. I figured maybe becoming a part of the cool thing would help. During my first tour of the facilities, I realized that being a trainer, in a lot of ways, meant being in charge. I was responsible for making sure the players got what they needed to play their best. They were led by Coach Watkins, who at the time was the winningest high school football coach in Texas history, which meant the place was a well-oiled machine with a lot of high expectations. Trainers were organized and attentive. They were responsible for ensuring the players operated at the highest level because they had the support behind them, whatever that meant. I remember thinking on that first day, these are the people who really make it happen on Friday night. They were leaders, not followers, and that was a feeling I aspired to.